Beneath the calm surface of our planet, something ancient stirs. A slow, steady rhythm pulses deep within the earth. The movement of molten rock, the silent breathing of a living world. And sometimes that breath rises to the surface, a reminder that even after billions of years, our planet is not done shaping itself. Far out in the Aleutian Islands of Alaska, the volcano known as Great Sitkin has awakened once more. It isn't a violent awakening, not a roar or an explosion, but a slow exhale of molten rock. Inside its summit crater, lava quietly spills and spreads, building new layers of stone atop the old. It's a small event by volcanic standards, but a powerful symbol of the Earth's endless creativity. Great Sitkin is part of a long chain of volcanoes that stretches across the Pacific Ocean, a fiery necklace known as the Ring of Fire. Here, the planet's tectonic plates grind and clash, sliding beneath one another in slow motion. Where they meet, heat builds, rock melts, and eventually that molten rock, magma, finds a way to the surface. Around the world, this same process is unfolding. In Indonesia, the twin peaks of Lewatobi release steady plumes of ash, and the mighty Merapi rumbles, sending bursts of steam into the tropical sky. In Italy, Mount Etna glows at night, its orange rivers of lava lighting the clouds above Sicily. And across the seas in the Philippines, other restless mountains stir beneath the rainforests. Each of these volcanoes tells the same story, the story of a planet in motion, forever rebuilding itself. They are the scars of creation, the vents through which the earth speaks. Volcanoes are not all the same. Some rise as towering giants, layered with centuries of ash and lava. Others are humble, small hills built from a single eruption. Among the smallest are cinder cones, steep, conical mounds formed when fragments of molten rock are thrown into the air, then fall back to the ground around the vent. Each cinder, each grain of ash, becomes part of a growing structure, a monument born in fire. Though modest in size, cinder cones can form quickly, sometimes in just weeks. They remind us that even small forces can reshape landscapes. Entire valleys can appear where there were none, and new mountains can rise almost overnight. At Great Sitkin, the current eruption is quiet, what scientists call effusive. The lava doesn't explode outward, but flows slowly, almost gracefully, from within the crater. It moves like liquid stone, thick and glowing, cooling into dark rock as it meets the frigid Alaskan air. It's a scene that feels eternal, a place where time itself seems to flow like the lava, unhurried and unstoppable. But even these gentle eruptions are carefully watched. Volcanologists track temperature changes, seismic activity, and gas emissions to understand what's happening below the surface. They rely on satellites, drones, and remote sensors, tools that can detect the faintest tremor or the slightest bulge in the ground. Because in the world of volcanoes, calm can quickly turn to chaos. Not all eruptions are kind. Some explode with a force greater than any human weapon, sending clouds of ash into the stratosphere, darkening skies, and cooling climates for years. The same power that builds can also destroy. That duality, creation and destruction, is at the heart of every volcano's story. And yet life thrives in their shadows. In Indonesia, volcanic soils are among the most fertile on Earth. They feed rice paddies, fruit trees, and millions of people. In Italy, vineyards stretch across Etna's slopes, their grapes flavored by the very minerals released from the mountain's heart. Even in the desolate landscapes of Alaska, volcanic ash enriches the tundra, allowing hardy plants and animals to return after each eruption. We tend to think of volcanoes as symbols of danger, and they are, but they are also the architects of our world. Without them, there would be no continents, no islands, no atmosphere. The gases released by ancient volcanoes help create the air we breathe. The land beneath our feet, every mountain, every coastline, owes its existence to volcanic fire. When Great Sitkin releases its quiet plume into the sky, it is doing what Earth has always done, renewing itself. This process, though slow, never stops. Every eruption adds a new chapter to the planet's geological history. Each layer of rock records a moment, a signature of heat, pressure, and transformation. Scientists study these layers like pages in an ancient book. By examining their composition and age, they can trace how the planet's crust has moved, how climates have changed, and even how life itself adapted to survive through cycles of fire and ice. It's humbling to realize that the same processes shaping Great Sitkin today once shaped the early Earth, when the surface was a sea of magma and the air thick with volcanic gases. From that chaos, the first oceans formed. From those oceans, life began. Every puff of ash, every trickle of lava we see today is a faint echo of that ancient past, a whisper from a time when the planet itself was young. Volcanoes are often described as destructive, but perhaps the better word is transformative. They tear down, yes, but only so something new can rise. The landscapes we admire, the islands we explore, the minerals we depend on, all of them come from volcanic birth. And so, when we look at Great Sitkin's quiet glow, we are witnessing the same creative force that built the world. The same fire that once forged the continents still burns beneath us, hidden but alive, shaping tomorrow's Earth today. Across the globe, volcanoes are the pulse of our planet, sometimes slow and steady, sometimes fierce and unpredictable. They remind us that we are passengers on a living world, riding atop a thin crust that floats over oceans of molten rock. It's a delicate balance, one that has lasted for billions of years, one that will continue long after we are gone. From the icy ridges of Alaska to the lush islands of Indonesia, from the vineyards of Sicily to the mountains of the Philippines, the story's the same. Earth is alive. It breathes fire. It reshapes itself again and again. And in its rhythm, in its eruptions and silences, we can feel the heartbeat of the planet, a reminder that creation is never finished, that even in moments of calm, the world beneath us is always moving, always changing, always becoming something new. So when the next plume of ash rises on the horizon, or when a distant glow lights up the night sky, remember, you're not just witnessing destruction, you're seeing the Earth's eternal act of creation, the fire that built our world, and the fire that still burns within it. Because our planet is not a dead rock spinning in space. It is alive. And every volcano, great or small, is its voice.